I lean down and notice that my hands are shaking with excitement. This fish is bigger than all the ones Brian's caught. That pole saw is mine, all mine. I tipped over the boat. That's the worst thing you can do on a fishing trip. The entire canoe tips over with me. I find myself sinking into the lake. Brian's gonna catch me. I should have taken the life vest. All of a sudden, I'm embraced under the water and pulled into Brian's arms. The shape of water? Mouth to mouth, incoming. God, no. I'm finally dragged upwards, sputtering water. All of our gear floats on the surface. Maxwell doggy paddles around us in circles, having a great time. You alright? Does that count as one? Well, seeing as all of our fish are now swimming safely back in the lake, I guess so. Brian laughs. Let's get you to shore. Brian and I flip the canoe back over and fill it with our now soaking wet gear. We row back to shore with Maxwell in tow. Once we get to the... I wasn't prepared. Maxwell darts off into the woods. Brian takes off his shirt. Dots of lake water glistening in the sun across his strong back. He really is the bear. I was a fool to not realize. Man, all that general contracting must have built that guy like an ox. A bear. I hope he doesn't notice me staring. I'm gonna get a fire going so it can dry off. Wanna hand me yours? Hand me your what? Yes? Okay. Weak in the knees in front of any men doing it. Literally anything. Is my character. I reluctantly take off my own shirt and toss it to Brian. I suddenly wish I had done more sit-ups in my life. Or just sit-ups at all, really. Another thing you vested me in. Stupid sexy Brian! Okay, my character's in love with this man. He's hella gay. He's entirely gay. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Like, I love how there's no, like, jump into it either. It's just gay all the time. There's no lead up. You might as well fry that shirt up. So, seems like it's the only lunch we'll have. The day's young. We can fish from the shore. Once Brian gets the fire going, I sit to try to dry off my pants. Brian sets a couple lures up by the water's edge. We're probably going to have to put the kibosh on the competition for now. Until another day. My stomach growls. You hungry? Oh, I'm fine. Brian reaches into his cargo shorts and pulls out a few granola bars. I have a small child. I am flushed with snacks. Brian joins me by the fire and I accept the cargo short granola. And now we're back to waiting. Where did the girls get off to? Shouldn't they be back by now? I wouldn't worry about it too much. They're a couple of smart kids. That's what I'm worried about. They're too smart. They're probably established a small rural government by this point and installed themselves as leaders. I take a look around as the sun cresting the tree lines, casting the entire lake in a warm golden glow. The forest seems to be coming alive now. Birds chirp in the distance. Wow, nature's beautiful. A mosquito bites me. I slap my neck and curse. Nature sucks. Me. Brian hands me a bottle of bug spray. I begrudgingly take it and douse myself. I've always hated this stuff. How this stuff smells. Really? I've always kind of liked it. Reminds me of being outside. Is he gonna smell me? Maybe you and I have different sentiments on the outdoors. Maxwell comes bounding up to me. A huge stick in his mouth. He drops it at my feet and looks at me expectantly. No, we're just gonna throw it into the woods. I feel like fake throwing it is gonna get me bad points with Brian. And breaking the stick in half to assert my dominance will definitely get me bad points with Brian. Eggplants, water, and hearts. I hurl the stick as hard as I can towards the tree line. Maxwell bolts after it, running as fast as his stubby little legs carry him, which consequently is not very fast. It is cute though. Nice throw, Sam. I turn away so he can't see me. Why am I blushing? It's the compliment. I can't. Maxwell brings the stick back to me, clearly proud of himself. Good boy, Maxwell. You're a very good and speedy boy. You're the world's champ of fetch. It's time for the pets. What's the plan? Butt pats never fail. Scratch behind the ear. Rub that belly. I feel like he'd be really muddy. So I think we're just going to do scratch behind his ear. I like that. I feel like the butt pats would have gotten me, like, love. I give Maxwell some nice little scratches behind his floppy ears. He responds in kind by licking my face. He really likes you. Be careful. He's gonna try to follow you home if you keep that up. I scratch Maxwell's ears more intensely. I'm gonna steal your dog, Brian. We both laugh, but I'm only kind of kidding. I'm the worst. Brian doesn't even care. He's not even competitive. I am making all of this up in my own little head. While I'm playing with Maxwell, fish begin repeatedly pulling on Brian's line. I watch Brian effortlessly fillet the fish, squeezing a bunch of lemon on them and frying them up in the cast iron pan. Before we know it, we have a feast fit for a couple of shirtless dudes. Amanda and Daisy emerge from the woods looking totally unscathed. Whoa. Dad bod patrol. I'm gonna have to issue you both a citation and demand you both put your shirts on. There are children present. He's right, she did establish a small government. Brian tosses me my now dry shirt. I pull it over my head. Thankful that I will no longer be distracted by Brian and his pecs. Stop. Where have you guys been? Studying entomology. What? We were playing with bugs. I don't know if I said that right. I expect you guys to be more covered in mud and stuff. Daisy looks offended. What do you take me for? A child? Amanda's been teaching her sarcasm. What do you take me for? A child? Amanda puts a hand on Daisy's shoulder. Daisy, right. We take a seat around the fire and Brian serves us all generous piles of fish on paper plates. It's absolutely delicious. Why does he have to be good at everything? Fish taste okay? Daisy and Amanda both nod furiously, mouths full of fish. It's incredible. I've never had fish this good. Yeah, it's great. Old Harding family recipe. Why are your pants wet? Well, Amanda, we were out there on the lake, and then I accidentally tipped over that boat. Brian's taking the fall for me. Wow. Wow. He's got brownie points. Don't worry, all the gear floated to the surface, so we didn't lose anything. Right, Sam? Yeah, that's exactly what happened. I can't believe you just covered for me. Okay, when does my character get to, like, spew hearts and stuff like that? Because I feel like that's a moment for it. Gosh, he even out-humbles me. He's trying to beat me at everything, including my world-famous sense of humility. I do not have a world sense of humility. I have no sense of humility. Our fishing trip ends up playing catch with Maxwell for a little while before we decide to head out. We'll clean the camp, pack up the station wagon, let Maxwell into the back seat. The poor pup falls asleep in a cuddle puddle. I say cuddle puddle. I didn't know other people called it that. With Amanda and Daisy, they've had a long day. Been an ordeal today, bud. Let me drive you guys home. I want to prove that I'm the most awake dad on the block, but yeah, I'm beat. Fine. As we drive away, I take one last look at the lake, disappearing behind us and smile. I rest my head against the window, and the low rumble of the dirt road beneath us lulls me into a peaceful sleep. Hey, sleepyhead. What? I open my eyes and realize that I dozed off in the car. I self-consciously wipe a bit of drool off my chin. Why is he blushing? Oh, hey, I was resting my eyes. I know. But still my car. They drove, but it was my car. Just in case we suddenly have to jump into any sort of conflict, so I'm super awake for it. And ready to fight. With my strong arms. It's all good. You earned some rest, buddy. Thanks for coming out with us today. I had a lot of fun with you. Thanks for inviting us. I also had fun, actually. Glad to hear it. Take it easy, yeah? You too. Take it the easiest. Still trying to run up him. Brian chuckles to himself as he unloads the car. Amanda, I get inside and immediately claps onto the couch. Long day? Yep. I was too close to that pole saw. I was so close to that pole saw. Pole saw? Yeah, Brian and I were competing to see who could catch the most fish, and... Ugh, stop. Why do you care so much? Amanda, Panda, just look at the guy. He's so obviously got my number, and he's rubbing my face in it. Dad, I love you. But you're kind of dumb sometimes. Is she gonna finally admit that one of the dads has a thing for me? Like, when is Amanda gonna talk about me dating these dads? Because I have been waiting. Is she about to tell me that Brian isn't being competitive? He's just, like, likes me? You know what? I don't have the energy required to properly unpack your weird fixation with asserting your masculinity. I'm going to bed. What? She just, like, sunk into the floor. Usually she slides out of frame, but she just sunk into the floor. Amanda slides off the couch and face down onto the floor. I'm a tired slug. Amanda, that floor is disgusting. I don't care. Well, night, honey. Night, Pops. I just leave my child there. Eat a lot of broccoli. No thanks. Date complete with Brian.
You sure know how to make a dad blush.
I do know how to make a dad blush. Alright. Fiscal responsibility was pretty nominal. We were wasting money on I don't know what. The fish, the gear that we got wet, I guess, probably. Energy saving, a lot. Competition, well, 50-50. Belly laughs was high, though. Boat was about 40. Outdoors was about 30. We were outdoors the entire time, but okay. Alright. Use your hips when throwing. Throwing what? It still doesn't say. It's been a long day. Just about ready to pack it in. After a few bites of ice cream from the freezer, I turn off all the lights, walk down the hall to my room. I wonder if Amanda's still awake. That kid needs some sleep. As I pass her room, I can hear the faint sound, but I can't make out what it is. I get closer. Is she crying? Oh no. The crying immediately stops. Not right now. Her voice sounds strained. She sniffles. I need to make sure she's okay. I open the door. Oh, wow. She really is crying. They actually animated that. I'm surprised. In the dark, I can see Amanda's outline in the middle of her bed, knees hugged up against her body. What's wrong? I don't want to talk about it. No, I definitely have to pry. Did something happen? No, nothing happened. Go away. Something must have happened. Get out. Okay. Wow. Once the door closes, I can hear her crying again. Why wouldn't she talk to me? She seemed fine. She did seem fine earlier. Did I do something wrong? Is she mad at me? I guess if she wasn't before, she definitely is now. I can't even remember the last time she snapped at me like that. Still thinking about Amanda as I fall asleep. Alright, I roll out of bed, make myself a pot of coffee. Amanda should be up for school soon. Maybe she's just willing to talk about whatever's bothering her. About 10 minutes before she's supposed to leave, she beelines to the freezer. She drops a frozen waffle into the toaster and slams the freezer shut. She won't look at me. Would she really have, talked to me better this morning if I had left her alone? Nothing big at school? Do you need a ride to school? No. Want some coffee? She's just gonna eat it like it is? Wow. What? Listen. I'm still gonna bug her about it. Okay, I haven't seen her act like this in a long time. Usually it's short-lived, but it always hurts. Hopefully this blows over. Picture of Amanda hanging on the wall. It's me teaching her how to ride a bike. Her face is a mixture of excitement and pure, unadulterated fear. I remember how determined she is. Okay, I only asked, I literally walked in and was like, are you good? Are you good? And she freaked out at me. I feel like that's too abrupt, you know? I'm her parent. I should care about her. Then she started to cry because she didn't think she needed bandages and wanted to keep trying. As I put the bike away, she stood in the middle of the street and screamed. I took her for ice cream. It was like nothing ever happened. After giving it a bit of thought, I decided that if I forced her to talk about it, I'm only going to make things worse. But I have an idea. Am I making her ice cream? She makes a beeline to her room. She's clearly trying to avoid me. Hey, Pumpkin. What? Can you come here for a sec? There's a moment of silence. I wanted to say sorry about last night. I was worried about you, kiddo. I got scared when I know something's wrong, and I get even more scared when I feel like I can't do anything about it. Dad, so just whatever it is, you don't have to tell me if you don't want to, but whatever it is, you should know that you have a dad in your corner who wants you to be happy. Honey, you know I'm bad with words, so I was hoping I could speak a language you both understand. I pull a cake out of the refrigerator and place it on the table, hoping the frosting is set by now. Ta-da! Dad. Sorry you're sad, but I support you 100%. It took me a really long time because I ran out of red frosting somewhere around sad and had to start all over. This is beautiful. It's strawberry. Amanda gives me a big ol' hug. I grab some plates and forks for cake, so it's really stupid. What is it? This whole thing. I know I've been really weird lately, and there's just... I don't even know how to explain it. I feel like I might have to make you a chart. I'm listening. Do you want me to take notes? I should start from the top. You know how Emma R is going to that fancy art school in California, right? Oh, this parenting thing. The one who puked and dead Gotham Beyond. No, we established that was Amanda, the best friend, or the other one. Which, was it Amanda, or was it Emma P or Emma R that was the best friend? It's gonna be wrong no matter what. Oh! It was the best friend. I do remember things. Yes. So proud of you. Ever since she got the acceptance letter, I've been feeling like she's drifting away. And she's been spending a lot of time with Grace and Emma P. And I just thought all in my head for a while. And then I found out that Rosie M. that both of the Emmas, Grace and Noah, all went to that party. Mackenzie F's on. Why do we need their last name? Like, why do we need the initials? How many of these people do you know? How many Rosies and Mackenzies and Emmas and Graces do you know? On the same night, they all told me that they were busy studying for the Calc AB final. Yikes. So, another important piece of information is, this is so embarrassing. She has a crush on Noah! I mean, it's better than her having a crush on Lucian, so, because I thought that was going to be a thing for a second. Whoa, what? I had no idea. I definitely didn't know that. You're a bad liar. So are you. I learned from the worst. That's a sweet compliment. Anyway, so the only person I told about the crush was MR, and she promised not to tell anybody. I didn't confront them about the party thing because I didn't want to start drama, so I just kept quiet and kept going about my business. And then one day, I invite everybody out to get nachos at the mall and after not texting back for like 2 hours, even though none of them ever put their phones down for more than 60 seconds, they all say they're busy like simultaneously. So I tell them, never mind, I'll just eat nachos at home, right? But we were out of chips and I really wanted nachos. Totally understandable. So I go to the mall anyway. I get to the food court and who do I see there but Grace, Emma, P, Emma R, and Noah all hanging out together and eating nachos without me. This is some middle school, high school drama. I haven't been part of this in years. It gets better. I'm standing by the escalators watching them, and I realize that Noah has his arm around Emma R, which is kind of weird, right? But then they kiss. So I storm over there, I'm like, hey, and Grace drops a nacho on her shirt because of course she does, and Emma R just like glares at me. Grace, nothing's coming up. I don't know who that is. Grace is the boring one, gossipy one. Did she poop the bed too? The boring one? Well, yeah, but that's not the important part. Grace is the one nobody likes, or I guess that's me now. But anyways, nobody will say anything. I'm just like, you guys suck, which I realize is not the most eloquent thing to say, but I was very angry and really embarrassed, and I just wanted to get out of there. I just had this stunning realization that I talk like this in real life. I am all the dialogue in this game. All of the dialogue is me. Even Damien's nonsense of like, good eve. This game was made for me? Made by me? Maybe. Probably not. Yeah, I just now realized that. Listen. This is a portal, this is a window to my soul, yes, unfortunately, but like, why? Why is this so accurate? I hate it. So I left without nachos, might I add, which only further contributed to this shitty day, and immediately drafted a super long text to the group chat asking them why they've been so weird. Stop. I didn't say it. And I wrote another one to Emma R asking how long the Noah thing's been going on, and sorry, I don't know, that's a lot. And you still following? I'm a bit confused, but I understand. I have no idea what's happening. No, I've definitely been following. What did MR say? Okay, get a load of this. MR says, you know what? Let me just read it to you. Pull out the red receipt, sis. Okay, Amanda pulls out her phone and reads word for word and an arduously long string of text messages. Can you believe that? I cannot believe that. I care so much about Amanda's social life and mental well-being, but man, I do not understand what she's talking about. Oh. They didn't say it in the slang vernacular. They literally just meant, I don't believe it. This is all beyond me. I'm trying my hardest to be supportive. They were dating in secret for like months, so I told her that that's a really terrible friend, and then she's like, well, if you think I'm so terrible, then just stop being my friend. I was like, okay. And then she left me on red. And then, wait, left me on red? What's that? No, I'm gonna understand the Robert thing, and that's not what I wanted. Oh, like, she saw my messages and didn't reply, and I know because there are red receipts. I don't know what red receipts are, but I'm just gonna nod and pretend I understand. Gotcha. So while this is all happening, I'm talking to Emma P about how mad I am because she's at least being kind of reasonable, and I'm venting to her about how pissed I am at everybody and stuff. And then out of nowhere, Noah texts me and is like, how could you say that about me? And I'm like, say what about you? And he tells me that Emma P sent screenshots of everything I told her to the group chat that I got kicked out of. That's definitely bad. There's so much more, but honestly, it's just like really stupid teenager stuff. The bottom line is that everybody dropped me, half of my grade hates me, and now I have no friends. That's not just nothing, Amanda. I almost expected it from everybody else, but Emma R has been there since Mom died. I still can't believe she would just stab me in the back like that. Et tu, Brutus? I'm not even mad that she's dating Noah. I'm just upset that she lied to me about it for so long. Wow. Okay, I take it back. I'm kind of mad she's dating Noah. I mean, you're right to be mad. Like, what did I do wrong? Why did everybody just suddenly decide I'm not cool anymore? Why wasn't I enough? I don't understand. And as mad as I am at everybody, like, I miss them, Dad. Amanda looks so dejected, I almost can't take it. What could I possibly say to help? Anyways, that's it. That's the whole sordid tale. Thanks for listening. Tune in next week for some more hot gossip. Ironically, Amanda, I think we will be tuning in next week for some more hot gossip. I know it's pretty dumb. It's not dumb. No, it's a stupid thing to be upset over. Amanda, your feelings are real. Don't ever be mad at yourself for having feelings. I guess. Unless you've secretly been a robot who's been approximating human feelings this whole time. Dad, if I was a robot, I would have transformed into a monster truck a long, long time ago. She's got the Transformers gene. This is my daughter. But seriously, I know you probably don't want advice, but I feel like it's my duty as a dad to bestow upon you a few nuggets of fatherly wisdom. Not all friendships last forever. Real friends don't do that. High school sucks. Oh. These are some good ones. These are some good ones. I feel like not all friendships last forever and high school sucks are really overused cliches, though. What would I say in this situation? What would I say in this situation? If somebody had just if somebody had just told me that, what would I say? Would I say high school sucks? I don't think I would say high school sucks because it has nothing to do with the drama involved. Not all friendships last forever. That's kind of like, I don't know, I feel like that's really depressing, you know, like the thought that you're gonna walk into every friendship from then on with that slight thought in the back of your mind of like, well, somebody once told me that not all friendships last forever, and while you may have known it before, it wasn't like a thing you were thinking about. I'm gonna say real friends don't do that. Yeah, I feel like that's what I would say to you if you came to me with this. I would be like, you know, real friends don't do that. So, when you get older, you start realizing the sort of people you want to associate yourself with. Do you really want to surround yourself with people who would do something like that to their friend? It takes a lot of work to find and maintain meaningful friendships. It took me a long time to figure that out myself, and I wish I had learned it sooner. If the other person isn't putting the effort in to show you how much they care, it's not worth it. You're not beholden to being their friend. Beholden? Am I smart suddenly? Have I just been playing the fool? I've just been pretending to be an idiot so that all these dads would like me. I've just been being the idiot for dramatic effect. I hate myself. Ultimately, I think that says more about their character than it does about yours, because you're amazing, and if they can't see that, well, that's their problem. I would say something like this in real life. I'll keep that in mind. I look down at the table. Did we just eat the whole cake? I mean, I'm like 2/3 of the way through the cake I have right now, so yes, we did just eat that whole cake. Well, good talk. Amanda gets up to go to her room. Before she closes her door, she turns around. Hey, Pops. Yeah? Thank you. You're always welcome. Love you, Amanda.
Thank you, Dad.
That was cute. Love you too, Dad. Thanks. I love you too, Amanda. Alright. We've parented. Are we going back to dad book now? Not that wasn't important, but okay, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. Alright. We went on a date with Brian. We attempted to go on a date with this man right here who blew us off like you wouldn't believe. Brian has 2 hearts now? Brian officially has 2 hearts. You're lost, dude. I offered you cake last week, but you didn't take it. Alright. Tune in next week. I think it's Damien back up on the block. I think we're back to Damien at this point, because I think he was the next date after... Who was the next date after Brian? I think Hugo messaged us as a group and we went and saw Damien and Joseph. Yeah. Sunday. Well, I'm sorry it was last week and not now. That's my bad. Alright, well, I think we're done. Let's go. It's been like an hour and a half. Good God. Alright. Good night.